Hey guys, what's going on? Back again with another video. As some of you guys might know, over on Twitter and YouTube, Glitching Queen has been making a few videos within the last week or so, talking about the impossible Easter egg that Jason Blundell mentioned that 8 years after Black Ops 3, he would come out and talk about the impossible Easter egg from Shadows of Evil, something that some people might believe has not been solved. There's a lot of stuff that has been solved in Shadows of Evil, but Treyarch has not come forth yet, or any of the devs from Treyarch, to confirm if any of it has been the impossible Easter egg that Jason Blundell mentioned back in, again, Black Ops 3. So, again, she's been hyping it up, which is really cool because it got me excited to look back into Black Ops 3 and Shadows of Evil and see if there's anything that I've missed. And I usually DM her on Twitter. We go back and forth and we show each other stuff that we solved. So I kind of want to show something that I've solved recently. I did message her about it, but it's about to be noontime on the East Coast, and she's probably asleep, and she's over in Texas, so she's probably a couple hours behind. Probably not awake yet. I know both of us usually are up till maybe early morning, working and researching stuff. So this is something that I found early this morning. I messaged her about it. So again, over on Twitter, you'll see that she's been posting, asking Treyarch to, maybe give us a hint, come forth to confirm anything. She even mentioned some videos from Mr. Dalek JD about the impossible Easter egg, and I didn't realize that it has been 8 years later. It is pretty breathtaking when you step back and you think about it. So this is some stuff that I've solved. I think it's probably close to the impossible Easter egg, so we'll see if Treyarch confirms anything. And I'll show you how I figured it out. So over in Chicago, there's some pyramids. I don't know how long they've been there, if they've been there before 2015, or if it's something new. It could be a coincidence. So I messaged her and showed her. I said, hey, look, over in Chicago, some people have made pyramids in their yard or on their property. So that's something that I tweeted Treyarch and one of the devs and her. But the bulk of it is, it looks like Shadows of Evil Morg City is based on Alexandria. It's based on a lot of things. Obviously Chicago, Atlantis. But the one that we might have missed 8 years is the fact that it looks like it's also based on Alexandria. And this is a photo that somebody took while they were in Egypt. Alexandria is in Egypt. Again, having to do with pyramids. It looks exactly like Shadows of Evil. Everything kind of lines up exactly. Also looking like Atlantis and stuff like that. So even like some of the smaller buildings line up exactly, or look somewhat similar to Morg City. Again, that has to be some type of solve. I'm not trying to, clickbait anyone on anything. I think that's obvious that people can see that. If they can't see that, it's not doctored. It's not my photo. It's just something I grabbed from Google Images. So again, I mentioned that to a couple of YouTubers and Treyarch themselves. But the thing that confirms it for me, like I said, there could be one or two coincidences, but the thing that confirms me is in Alexandria, there's a new Borg city, which I guess is where Treyarch got Morg City from. I'm not going to drag it out and look at every single detail in Alexandria, Egypt. I just want to point some stuff out that that has to be some type of Easter egg. If it's the impossible Easter egg, that's pretty cool. It's very cool, actually, that all these years we never knew that Morg City is based off of Alexandria. Obviously, if you're familiar with Black Ops 4, Alexandria was going to be a location that we would have went to. Now, the other thing, and I'm not going to go too much into it, is the fact that some people know that Treyarch had originally, or Jimmy Zielinski, Treyarch, the zombie team, had originally intended for Chaos and Ether to be in the same story, or in fact that Chaos is the Ether story. They just changed the name and introduced new characters. It's the exact same story. They just changed a couple things. So maybe it was going to all tie together. and then we're supposed to kind of see like maybe Alexandria sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Somehow they're gonna do that. So that's one thing, one theory that, well, it's not really a theory, but it's kind of a fact plus a theory that Chaos and Ether was going to be the same story. They just kind of changed names. That's the thing with devs and even presidents and whoever and mayors um, and directors and stuff like that. They want to have something they can call their own as part of their legacy. And Jason's legacy was that he created the Chaos story and the Chaos crew. However, it was ultimately going to be the Ether/Dark Ether story anyways. They just changed names and changed a couple things. But that's kind of neither here or there, so to speak, at this point. But it looks like, again, this could be a major solve. It could be the impossible Easter egg that Shadows of Evil is also based off of Alexandria, and I'll show you real quickly how I figured it out. Again, a lot of it has to be credited to Glitching Queen because she's one who is really good at solving stuff, and I've mentioned that to her. She needs to give herself a lot more credit than she gives because she's actually pretty good. She figures stuff out that other people don't figure out, or she has a good team around her, because I know she says she works with other people. Anyways, aside from that, so if you go to the Shadows of Evil map and you Google it, you get the Shadows of Evil map. If you look at the map, it actually forms a pyramid. So if you follow my cursor right here, you go all the way up. At the tip of the A is the tip of the pyramid. You go down the other side of the A is the other side of the pyramid. And then you can connect all the dots literally, and you have a kind of three-dimensional looking pyramid. So I started Googling like pyramids in Egypt, and I thought about Alexandria, and that's kind of how I clicked everything. I don't know about this part up here, if that's supposed to mention or hint at something with the pyramid that we're supposed to do. Again, so much got cut, and I've mentioned that before. So much got cut from Black Ops 3, maybe even Black Ops 4. But this is all, to me, it looks like a pyramid, a three-dimensional pyramid where that one is there. This is all one side here. This is another side. I don't know if it's supposed to say or was supposed to hint that maybe the summoning key spat out of a pyramid. I don't know how it's going to all tie together. Like, again, like I said, and people know that this was all Jimmy Zielinski's map. I know Jason gets credit for it. People say Shadows of Evil is the best map ever, but if it's the best map ever, it's Jimmy Zielinski's best map ever, because Jimmy originally started and led Shadows of Evil because of what happened with Origins and what happened with Mob of the Dead. Obviously, Treyarch, Call of Duty, Activision liked Jason's idea and the campaign team's idea and switched a couple things around. But the bulk of Shadows of Evil should be credited to Jimmy Zielinski and the Zombies team, not necessarily Jason Blundell. Now, I know that's going to cause a lot of arguments and stuff like that, but the truth is that it was originally Jimmy's maps, or Jimmy's map, one of Jimmy's maps. And even if you look at the campaign and stuff like that, it's just a sticky situation. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but a lot of people forget that this is actually Jimmy's map before Jason took over. It wasn't Chicago. It was never going to be Chicago. It's just that it had to tie into Origins, and it had to tie into Mob of the Dead, the Chicago theme, and the mobsters and stuff like that. So that's just something I wanted to point out. Again, this is how I figured out. I'm like, hey, that looks exactly like a pyramid. So I started cross-referencing stuff, and I came about that it looks exactly like Alexandria, and maybe, you know, Black Ops 4 was a hint to that. And maybe the summoning key was supposed to be coming out of Egypt. I know there's kind of some backstory about that, but I'm not going to go too crazy. I'll see you guys later.